Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and this woke, ridiculous student makes a stunning claim to this Jewish speaker. Take a look.
Will you condemn Hamas here and now?
I'm sorry, what?
Will you condemn Hamas
Would I condemn Hamas?
as a terrorist genocidal organization?
Are you asking me to put myself on a cross?
So you won't. I actually have had this experience many times. You didn't read the pamphlet because the pamphlet is chapter and verse. The main connection is that the MSA is part of the Muslim Brotherhood network as revealed in the documents.
I don't think you understood what I meant by that. I meant if I say something, I'm sure that I will be arrested.
No, you won't.
For reasons of Homeland Security. So if you could please just answer my question.
If you condemn Hamas, Homeland Security will arrest you.
If I support Hamas, because your question forces me to condemn Hamas. If I support Hamas, I look really bad.
If you don't condemn Hamas, obviously you support it. Case closed. I have had this experience, I had this experience at UC Santa Barbara where there were 50 members of the Muslim Students Association sitting right in the rows there. And throughout my hour talk, I kept asking them, will you condemn Hezbollah and Hamas? And none of them would. And then when the question period came, the president of the Muslim Students Association was the first person to ask questions. And I said, before you start, will you condemn Hezbollah? And he said, well, that question is too complicated for a yes-no answer. So I said, okay, I'll put it to you this way. I'm a Jew. The head of Hezbollah has said that he hopes that we will gather in Israel so he doesn't have to hunt us down globally. For it or against it?
For it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and showing everybody what's here.
Hello, TSA. Yes, I want to add someone to your no-fly list. Yeah, thank you. I'll get on that. I'm not joking. This person is evil. Evil personified. And it's not because she's a Muslim. We need to separate the issue. The issue isn't Islam itself. Islam used to have a golden age of tranquility and learning, and they really just weren't going out there persecuting people. What happened? Well, that's a longer story for another day. What we're dealing with here is evil. Someone who wants genocide. Someone who supports genocide. Someone who supports terrorism. And folks, this clip is old. This is at least a 10-year-old clip, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know how bad it is out there now? We have campuses across the United States. We have cities in Europe that have been inundated with the worst of Wahhabism that supports the death and destruction of Jewish people. They look at the Holocaust and they clap. They applaud it. It's disgusting. Hey, y'all. As we know, you don't put all your eggs into one basket, right? So that's why I'm partnering over with my friends at Colonial Metals Group, who will help diversify your portfolio. And what they'll do is they'll set up for you a self-directed IRA account. You'll have direct access to your assets. You'll be able to see what all's going on. And it doesn't matter what the stock market does or what often happens, what the government does. Your assets will be protected. So let the team of experts over at Colonial Metals Group help secure your account and your family's future today. There's a link in the description below. Oh, and by the way, if you don't like that, there's a 1-800 number you can call. And most importantly, though, is the kicker. They'll throw in a safe and possibly up to $10,000 in US silver to help you get things started. Now, back to regularly scheduled programming. And fortunately, we have free speech here in America. This lady is able to say what she wants to. However, she's not free from consequences. I can guarantee you she is on a watch list. All right, I'm probably on a watch list on the FBI. Let's be real here. Most conservatives are now. This lady isn't just asinine. This is evil. Wanting the destruction of a people simply because, let's be honest, this is the falafel. This is the falafel analogy. You've had a falafel shop for hundreds of years. It's been in the family, but you have problems with keeping everything together. All of a sudden, a new shop opens up right next to you, has a different ethnicity and religion to you, and they bring in all these new technologies and these new ways of making things, and they make falafel that doesn't leak. Well, you have three options. You can either learn from them, you can move, because clearly they're going to take all your business, and they did, or you can sabotage them. What do you think is the worst thing you can do in that scenario? They chose sabotage. They chose destruction. They chose war when they could have chosen peace. I remember growing up, okay, I'm embellishing a little here because I didn't have cable until like the 7th grade. But the shows at the time, one of the biggest shows throughout millennials' childhood, and some of Gen Z, would have been Avatar: The Last Airbender. What was the point and purpose of the show? To show that there is a better way to do things, that there is a more peace, there's a better way to do peace. You don't have to go to war with the Fire Nation. That show proved that you can choose different paths. And it's loved by leftists and liberals alike, and conservatives even like it. I love the show. What are we missing? What are we missing here? Because the messages that the left should be projecting is one of peace and tolerance. When did we go from peace and tolerance to revenge and war? What happened? Is there a date out there that we can just pinpoint and say, that's the day? That's the day. It happened right here. Was it Oberfell? Maybe. That's probably the wrong flashpoint. But I think it was very interesting watching and I know this has nothing to do with the video, but keeping with this train of thought, Barack Obama used to be very, very anti-gay in his rhetoric. He hated the LGBT community. The moment the Supreme Court made gay marriage legal, the White House was lit up in the rainbow colors of the pride flag. Maybe that kind of changed the dynamics. I know it has something to do with the shift from the WASPs, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, who used to be the dominant class, and now it's the rich white liberals. Maybe that slow shift is the reason why. But the kids that we're seeing here today, again, this is a 10-year-old clip. The kids out there today are shutting down schools, trying to harm Jewish students, threatening them, and showing up in terrible numbers in an attempt to be standing arm in arm with literal terrorists. We have a huge problem in this country. And it's not just the Wahhabist Islam roots. I'll get to that at a later video. But it's in our schools. It's in Hollywood. It's in our education system. It's now seeping into corporate culture. There have to be some sort of consequences for these actions because there is no place for hatred inside the United States. That's what the whole civil rights movement was about. This sickens me and this saddens me. But I'd like to know your thoughts on the subject. Let me know what you think we should do about this down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And till then, y'all have a good one.